So the rivalry started in the seventh grade when Gabriel decided to go to another school, and that school was a pretty good school in itself. They had a good education, but their team was good too. But then I moved to another place, and the rivalry continued. But the team he was in, the school he was in, was rival to my new school in high school. So games were pretty intense between both of them.
All right, guys, we're going to take over this game. Let's give these fans a show.
Hello, my name is Jose Delgado, and welcome back to the another episode of NBA 2K17 PS3 My Career. Now, this is game 2 of our rivalry, at least in this channel, and things are getting pretty intense, as you can see. So, as you saw at the beginning of the video, the rivalry started at middle school, and we pretty much went on from there, and the rivalry continues at least for another game. And there you see me, number 21 for the Los Angeles Lakers, starter, star, superstar, whatever you want to call it. And here I am telling you a story about how the rivalry began. So it was the 6th grade, and Gabriel was unsure of whether he wanted to stay or leave. I was trying my best to convince Gabriel to stay in my school, and I tried to talk to him to see what he was gonna do, but he ended up leaving. And when we wouldn't talk to each other, we would only talk to each other during games we had against each other, right before games. But once the game started, it was like we didn't even know each other. We played tough against each other, but the deal was that at the end of the day, once the game was over, we were back to being, friendly. I mean, like, friendly. We were not enemies, but we were not that friendly anymore. I mean, we were still communicating from time to time, but it was not like we were gonna become, you know, huge enemies, or a bad blood kind of robbery or something like that. We tried to keep things simple, like I told you in my last episode of the rivalry. So, yeah, 7th grade came, and I pretty much wanted to prove who was the better player. But in the 7th grade and the 8th grade, he pretty much proved that he was the better player on the court. And I just wanted to do the best I could on the basketball court. And then came the 9th grade, which was pretty much a decent year for me. I had different teammates, new teammates in fact, and things were working pretty well for me in fact. But there's a thing I would like to talk about, but that's gonna be in another story, something for a different day, another day in fact, that has nothing to do with the rivalry as a whole. But my motives of why I moved from one school to another are kind of personal. But the point is, the rivalry started simply, the rivalry started out because of different interests. I mean, Gabriel liked to play a slow style of basketball, liked to use the entire 24-second shot clock if possible, that kind of thing. I, however, liked to do things differently. Like, I wanted to score as fast as I could. If I could go for a 150-point game, I would have. If I could shoot 60% from the floor, I would have. If I wanted to score 60, 70, 80 points in a game, I would have. That kind of thing. I didn't like to play it slow. In fact, when I was playing against slow teams with a sluggish style of play, it kind of disrupted my flow. And we didn't end up losing always, but I always ended up having a rough shooting performance. So I didn't really like to play against sluggish teams. And surprisingly enough, Gabriel's new team in 7th grade was of that particular style of play. Slow, sluggish, likes to play it every single second of the shot clock, 24 seconds of it. And it was tough for me. I mean, in the 7th grade, that was pretty much the first time I didn't have a friend. I didn't have a good teammate to pair up with. I was pretty much all alone. And then it came the 8th grade where I had a new teammate, a new friend I could count on, which I'm gonna tell you in another video. It kind of has something to do with the rivalry, but I'm gonna leave it for another episode. If if I do not finish by the time the episode ends. But it has been a tough journey. I mean, in the 6th grade, we didn't know we were gonna have this kind of robbery, but it happened. But you gotta move on, I guess. There have been times where I have scored on Gabriel, times where Gabriel has had the ability to score on me. But one thing I can tell you that Gabriel has had in common over all the years is that Gabriel likes to be a pass first point guard. Now, in the past couple of episodes, it has been a completely different story. But I've seen that kind of thing in him because whenever he's in a desperate situation, losing by double digits with 5 minutes to go, or something like that, or the team is just that bad, he just loves to go in shoot first mode. Forget about the rest. I'm gonna do the job all on my own. That kind of mentality. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see so far, he's been having a good game. 31 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 61% shooting. He was just dominating against us, and I just couldn't do anything about it. I mean, my assignment was to defend him, and I just couldn't find a way to do it. I mean, he was having his night. And there goes his foul. He's an excellent free throw shooter. Shot around 90 to 92% from the free throw line. Uh, uh, in school, in middle school and high school, as far as I know. So yeah, this even though he was a pass first point guard, he had the ability to shoot when he needed to. He had the tools to get out of a jam by himself. He can play a good defense at times, and he can be a clutch performer when you need him. And he loves to go for that pick and roll, as you saw right there with that Aybar Fareed pick and roll combo. And there goes once again that combo, trying to see if it works. Passing it to Murray, and there goes Gabriel. And there goes the combination, passing it to Chandler this time for the 3-pointer. But anyways, going back to our days as teammates, basically we love to play that pick and roll combo. I was the one doing the screen. He was the one handling the ball. A lot of times it translated to me shooting threes. Sometimes it translated to him keeping the ball. Sometimes translated to someone being open on the inside. Basically, we at the 2 years we played together, we won 2 championships together. I mean, that's just insane. That's just really insane. And the tournaments we played in, I mean, each game we played in tournaments was pretty insane in itself. And there goes another screen. and a lot of times he uses screen simply because of the fact that there would be someone wide open for three. He always used it to his advantage. And thank you so much for watching this video. I was once again telling stories from Jose Delgado's perspective. If you like that, please leave a like and subscribe for more NBA 2K17 videos. See you guys next time with another video. Peace.
That might have been your best game as a pro. You had your best scoring output ever, so clearly something was clicking. Did this just happen to be a good game, or is this the type of level we're going to see you playing at from here on out?
Well, it was definitely a good game, but I do feel like this is the kind of game I'm capable of playing on a regular basis. I'm working hard at keeping my intensity up and not losing focus for even a second out there. I know that when I do that, this is the type of performance you'll see from me every single time I step on the court.